Yo, people, this is how I made 172064 day trading the NASDAQ today across 4 accounts. Yeah, I'll get into it in a minute. So, basically, what have we been doing? Coming into market open, I had a clear target, which was this green line here. What is this, you may ask? This is 0.5% extension of the whole leg. As you can see, this whole down leg. So in my opinion, if we're going to come and get it, we are going to do that before continuing lower, and we'll get into how far we went lower after this, right? So coming into the day, I saw that I was fully bearish. We swept all this low resistance liquidity. My initial bias on the day was that we would make bearish SMT off of previous day high, inside of the premium 15-minute gap, 1 hour order block, and sweeping the 50% extension. Perfect for shorts and would have played out, right? I was a little bit hasty, so we're going to get into that in a little minute. But obviously market opened, came up, swept this on ES. Swept this on Q. Didn't sweep it on ES, so we did have the bearish SMT at this point in time. But then we manipulated down into some of this low resistance liquidity. We created an SMT off of these lows, the bullish SMT. Bear in mind, I wasn't really looking for it, but ES was metro booming by this point. Okay, so I thought, all right, this is the leading index. We're going up to that 50% extension. It's going to happen, right? So I tried something new today. I entered off of a very, very low time frame inversion. So we come down there, we create this bullish 1 minute gap, right? Those of you who don't know, my structure for a trade is normally a high time frame, a 5 or a 15-minute gap. Where we had so much volatility and were moving so rapid, I wanted to catch something, get in, get out quick, right? So I just basically halved it. Instead of a 5 and 15-minute, we were looking for reaction off of this 1 minute gap. Okay, so we were looking for reaction off of this gap as we came up, and then what do we look for? This internal leg. After creating the SMT, we come down into this 1 minute gap, draw the fib levels. We've got the 0.5 and the 0.618 for a deeper retracement. We come down and take the 0.6. We don't quite reach the 79%, but it's fine, right? We then drop down to the 30-second. I'm like, okay, we've came down, swept those points. I'm gonna say I hate doing these later in the day. There is not a clear 30-second inversion, so that's off the table. We go, okay, well, we are really reacting nicely. We got good displacement above, didn't close, and then we're hovering about. I was like, okay, let's drop to the 15-second, and we entered off of this 15-second inverse here. Break even was at this 15-second high, just where obviously mad volatility, crazy, scenes. So we inverse that 1 to 2 risk to reward, and could have held it not only all the way to the 0.5 extension, but if I was trailing 1 minute candles, I mean, we wouldn't have gotten tapped out. Trail there, trail there, trail there, trail there, trail there, trail there. Might have got tapped out there. We could have trailed for nearly a 1 to 5, which is a bit annoying. I'm happy with my piece of the pie, do not get me wrong. However, it's times like this where I do think trailing would have been the play, where we had so much volatility. We were obviously going straight up, straight down to our targets. And I could have held it a lot longer than I did, because the 0.5 extension, I've realized a lot of people were waiting and taking short. I have found success in taking the trade within the leg up to that reversal point, because then, yeah, a lot of people didn't catch these shorts because there wasn't a good enough inversion, because obviously we had the 5 minute, got edged, didn't close below by like a point, and then the next one fully displaced down. So a lot of people faded this because of that displacement. You would have ended up having like a 200 point stop, right? But yeah, initially was bearish. However, you got to adapt to what the market gives you. I took the trade up to that point, which I thought we would react down from, which we did, like butter. I've predicted that so many times in a row now. We are currently on 4 out of 5 winning days for the payout. This is what the P&L is looking like on the top step accounts. This is obviously times 3, so 49380 times 3 top step accounts. 2 of them are revals. So on live fundeds, I'm up 720 on the day. Okay. And then this is the P&L for the alpha account. If on Friday I'd have held the trade for as long as I thought I was going to, because I wasn't aware that it's $200 for a winning day, we'd have secured the payout on alpha. It is 200. It's fine, which means they're both synced, caught up. This is how much I'm up on my live fundeds alone this month. Okay, so the alpha account is currently sitting at like 52.26. I think 52.2. I don't know. And then top step account is currently at 2.49. I think. What was it? 2.43. So one more minimum winning day, we could take a payout on this account for 1.3, and then on the alpha account, probably another 1.3, 1.4. Only 2 weeks into the month, but we're 9 days into the month. This is the second trading week, so this is, without getting ahead of myself, unreal. But we never know what comes our way. So until that payout is secured, hopefully tomorrow, but we will see. I'm obviously staying humble, staying patient, staying disciplined, and I'm not going to rush anything too serious. Just securing those winning days to get us across that next line, which will be a big breakthrough, as it's the third payout on this account, and it will be the first payout on alpha, and the alpha is currently flawless. So yeah, I also could have held this alpha. I was in with a 1 micro. I was in with 1 mini. Could have held it. Yeah, I didn't even want to think. I don't want to get FOMO, okay, because that's what leads to overtrading. And have my set risk to reward, set risk, set reward every time. Follow my model. And it's what has brought me success. So why would I change that? Okay, I think after I get enough payouts behind me, I'm going to plan to move to a live account with a 2k max drawdown. So I'm going to put 2k in a live account, and then trade with that. And I will trail. I will risk slightly heavier. I will take bigger positions, but where payouts, especially on alpha, your best day can't be more than 40% of your total profit. So I can't get away with having a big day and then sort of scalping. Do you know what I mean? Whereas on a live account, obviously there's no rules. When I take the win and when I do trail, I can trail for as long as it takes for me to get stopped out. So I don't have to limit my profits. On top step, obviously, I know I don't. However, to keep it the same, I just do the same on both. So we will sit tight, sit pretty, and see where we're at by tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be the deciding day, which gives us the ability to take the 2 payouts. And also the combines are both near halfway to getting passed. That's pretty good. Should have them passed by the end of next week. They're 2 50k 0 activation fee combines. Yeah, so that was how I did that today. Sorry, the energy, it doesn't feel real until I've requested the payout. And I'm having a very sort of reflective period because I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to keep disciplined. I want to keep focused on the goal because this is still the beginning. But where this is as far as I've ever been, I'm sort of pussyfooting around a little bit because I don't want to celebrate too early. So after tomorrow, yeah, by all means, if we get the last winning day tomorrow on both accounts, I might have a little song and a dance, okay? Because not only will that be the most payout I would have ever taken. My previous biggest payout before this potential one would have been 1,000 exactly, and being able to withdraw 1.3 from 2. It's a reflective moment. So not gonna get ahead of myself. Tomorrow, fingers crossed, brings us good fortune, and we can secure it 10 days into the month. But you don't know unless you try, and I don't know until it happens. But what I do know is I'm going to stick to my rules. I'm going to stick to my discipline. If I do end up taking a loss, I will leave it and wait for the next trading day, as there is no rush in greatness. So with that, I will leave you to have a good rest of your evening. We did, however, end up pumping. Let's get on the 15-minute time frame. Market open, the 245 candles here. We end up dumping. End up dumping 1,444 points. Which is a bit crazy. I feel like I need to start trading a live account, because if I'd have stayed on, bought this would have been generational. I mean, what was this? Friday, this previous week low. That's a good draw on liquidity as well. And then after that, I mean, where do we even go? This is just crazy. We're in this daily gap, nearly in an unmitigated daily gap. Yesterday we dumped 1.6k. Today we might even do more. We're still going down. Daily candle is down 1.5. Crazy. Also, don't invest in StockX. SpaceX is IPO. The company is incredibly overvalued, and you are going to be used as exit liquidity for all the big funds, as they have not been able to have the liquidity needed to sell their shares. So, which is why they're opening as an IPO. Do not buy SpaceX. Okay. Incredibly overvalued. Big shareholders don't have the liquidity to get out, which is why they're giving you the option. By the time retail traders see a stock, it's already too late. See you later.